here in Downing Street. We have yet to see or hear the Trump-Starmer conversation. Many people saying to me that, everything's fine, the relationship's absolutely no problem at all. The fact that, Starmer wasn't invited to the inauguration doesn't matter. But it kind of does, because he's already behind several world leaders who will have had conversations with Trump. So, there used to be the race to be the first person to talk to the new president. He's already lost that. And who knows how long it's going to be before Trump deigns to have a conversation with him.
Now, one of President Trump's campaign chiefs has branded the UK's next US ambassador as an absolute moron. Chris Lasavita reacted angrily after Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer announced Lord Peter Mandelson will take up the post in Washington.
Washington, love him or loathe him, Donald Trump never shies away from speaking his mind. This time, he set his sights on Keir Starmer in a heated live TV exchange that has everyone buzzing. Get ready for the no-holds-barred critique that left viewers stunned. In this video, we'll unpack the explosive moment, the responses it triggered, and what this means for both Trump and Starmer moving forward. Stay tuned, times are tense, and the implications are significant.
Times to have this particular mob in Downing Street ever. We have got a golden opportunity to get on with America at a time where, as you say, it is booming, and our previous trading partners in Europe are in comparative economic stagnation and decline. And yet, what have we done? We have sent to America Peter Mandelson, a man who has repeatedly denounced Donald Trump in the most strident terms, in the rudest possible terms, instead has spent the last few years cozying up to China, a dictatorial, genocidal regime, and we have sent him out there to make a trade deal, have a relationship. No, he is as unpalatable as possible. There is prospect that he could even be rejected by Donald Trump as our ambassador.
And again, he has...
Right after being overlooked and left out of President Trump's inauguration, Keir Starmer selected Peter Mandelson as the UK's ambassador to the US, a figure who has openly criticized and insulted Trump. Welcome to a bold new world of so-called common sense. But before diving deeper, let's revisit some of Starmer's past remarks about Donald Trump over the years. Of course, I wouldn't want Donald Trump over for dinner, but don't underestimate the danger he poses if re-elected. I'm anti-Trump. Yet, he also said, I'd like to send my warm congratulations to President Trump on his inauguration as the 47th President of the United States. Hey, quick favor before we continue. If you find this kind of political content engaging, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Most of you watch without subscribing, but it's completely free and helps us immensely. Have you subscribed yet? Thanks so much for the support. Former Home Secretary Suella Braverman didn't hold back when addressing Labour leader Keir Starmer's actions, accusing him of jeopardizing Britain's relations with the United States, especially under incoming President Trump. Braverman called Starmer's approach foolish, referencing his history of hostility toward Trump. She pointed out that Starmer and many of his cabinet members had previously voted against Trump's state visit and noted scathing public remarks by figures like David Lammy, who had launched personal attacks on the former U.S. president. Braverman expressed her frustration with Labour's leadership, suggesting they were now scrambling to mend relations with Trump. Supporters applauded Braverman's straightforward critique, with some encouraging her to align with Reform UK. Many voiced their disappointment with the current leadership and longed for someone who would prioritize British interests and display strength, qualities they admired in Trump. The public largely viewed Starmer's handling of these matters as damaging to Britain's international reputation, with widespread calls for stronger leadership. Critics called out his perceived ineffectiveness, particularly over issues like the grooming gangs inquiry, which drew sharp comparisons to Trump's decisive stance on immigration and law enforcement. Public dissatisfaction with Starmer's leadership continued to mount, with many labeling him a liability. In contrast, Trump's bold leadership was seen as a breath of fresh air, sparking demands for similar resolve in the UK. Trump's inauguration further underscored the growing discontent with Britain's leadership and the public's desire for more decisive action. But before we show you the next clip, remember, just because someone transitions from lawyer to prime minister doesn't necessarily mean they're infallible. Criticism of Keir Starmer escalated further as both Donald Trump and Elon Musk weighed in. Trump lambasted Starmer's energy policies, describing the increase in windfall taxes on North Sea oil and gas as a major misstep, urging the UK to embrace fracking to reduce energy costs. Meanwhile, Musk slammed Starmer's failure to adequately address the grooming gang scandal, an issue that has incited widespread public anger in Britain. These critiques resonated with many citizens, who blamed Starmer's policies, including his focus on net zero goals and higher energy taxes, for exacerbating the nation's economic struggles. Calls for practical and affordable energy solutions grew louder as people voiced their frustration with expensive green initiatives. Public outrage over perceived government cover-ups only added to the pressure. The stark contrast between Trump's assertive leadership and Starmer's perceived indecision became even more glaring.
Like this video and subscribe my channel for more political updates.
What's your take? Can Starmer salvage his political credibility, or is his reputation beyond repair? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding story.